say I lived out. When I was tripping in my sin, I had to sit down. Cause you can't help nobody out if you ain't healed out. I gotta live how I really say I lived out. Had to make my mind up. Satan, he really tryna come blind us. He don't want me to see your glory, talking Shekinah. I've been forgiven, but he always tryna remind us. Only one that I boast in is always been Jireh. Every word is inspired by you, that's God breathe. Put your trust in the Father, that's the gospel of peace. Keeping Christ in the center like the top of the key. Don't you know there's a shepherd after the lost sheep? You can burn it down if you ain't pleased with it. You can burn it down, cause I can't leave with it. He won't turn you down. You know the blood did it. He won't turn you down. Won't turn you down, no, no. Yo, for exaltation come neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. But God is the judge. He puts down one, he exalts another.
Woke up like a blessing with an attitude. Peace for my face, but I'm not in the mood. They want the old me, she expired. I'm the upgrade, handcrafted, God inspired. I used to water people that never grew. Now I put that love into my own roots. I'm not competing, I'm completing me. I'm my own stand, but I'm the recipe. I love me, heavy on me. That's why they mad, that's why they envy. I don't chase love, I chase my peace. And I cut off excess like it's healthy. I love me, loud, proud, divine. I'm not for everybody, and that's just fine. You can leave unfollowed, how I still win. 2026 on the prize, not them. I stopped explaining my glow to the blind. If I can't see, you don't deserve time. I'm not too much, you just too small. I don't know what mine like, so you feel tall. I made it out with my soul intact. Turned heartbreak into a business contract. Now my boundaries hit like bank alerts, and my self-love got receipts for words.
It's you. I'm loving it like I'm somebody's dream. Because I am. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Let's go. All right. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Good evening, my guy. Good evening. You see. Make sure everything good. What's going on, man?
What's going on? How you doing?
I'm all right. You. What's going on with you, man?
I'm here, baby. I'm alive. You know, another day above ground. Get it right. You know.
Man, amen. Well, let everybody know who you is. This the third show of the night. This the last show of the night. Let's go.
Okay.
Everybody know who you is.
All right. This is Meek, and I am a podcaster. I have a podcast called Chase Our Dreams that I've been doing for about 5 years. Before that, it was Breaking Bread, but I decided to change the name to Chase Our Dreams. I've been doing that for a while, and at first it was just something to do because I was bored. You know, it was the pandemic; you really couldn't do nothing, and it actually turned into like a long-term thing. I've met a lot of people. I've been able to speak my truth. I've been having good conversations with people. I've met a lot of people in the process, so it really turned out good for me. It's actually more of a therapeutic thing for me versus trying to get money. Of course, I would like to get money for it, but it's more therapy for me. So that's why I enjoy doing it.
Oh wow! All right. So, what made you want to come on the show this evening, man? Like you told me that you had a story. Like, what is your story?
Well, I basically, wanted to tell my life story. You know what I'm saying? So I feel everybody has a story, and I feel everybody has a story that can possibly change somebody's life or can possibly wake somebody up. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm here to do today.
All right, well, let's go. Like you can share wherever you want to start from, man.
Okay, well, for starters, my childhood was kind of, I guess you could call myself the spoiled kid in the hood, where I was living in a impoverished area in Brooklyn, New York, and I kind of like had everything that the average kid wanted. So whatever you wanted food, I had all the food in the house. I had the Xbox. I had the flat screen TVs when they first came out. I had everything. So it's kind of like I was the only child, so I did everything that I could do to be loved, because I just wanted to be around people. And sometimes that worked out in my favor, and sometimes, didn't. And a brief
Mm-hmm.
story of that happening was I was about 13 years old, and I got robbed at gunpoint in my house. You know, and
Mm.
yeah, and that kind of like turned me
Okay.
into a savage in a way. You feel what I'm saying? Like I went from being that good kid to being a savage, you know? And I kind of like said to myself, at that moment in my life, it was like I had to say to myself, are you going to be the wolf or are you going to be the sheep? And I
Wow.
decided to be the wolf. And it changed me for the worse, to be honest with you, because what kid can honestly say, I got robbed at gunpoint in my own house at 13 years old and was okay? You feel what I'm saying? So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Oh well, I feel like that. No, that's not happening to nobody, not in their own house. You know what I'm saying? Truth be told, and you said that you was the kid, the spoiled kid, as you would say, and you said that you was the only child. You
Right.
said, and it's funny, right? Because everybody think that I'm the spoiled child. I got sisters and brothers, right? But I'm one of the youngest, right? And I can relate to you on that one. I had both parents in the house. Everybody think that I was the spoiled one. Little do they know that I had to go out here. I'm from Chester, Pennsylvania. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but that's like 30 minutes away from Philly, right? But everybody think that I'm this spoiled boy, this spoiled kid, and they think that stuff just was handed to me. No, I had to work for it. I still had to go out here every morning. I still had to work a 9 to 5 to get what I want. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of folks look at what's they look on the outside into the inside, and they see the glamour, they see the perfect life, as we would call it, the perfect life. You know what I'm saying? Little do they know it's not what it is. You know, so I definitely can relate to you on that one. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sorry that you had to go through that, but I feel like us being podcasters, that we are here for a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know I was going to be doing podcasting for this my third year. It's about to be my fourth. And this was just a little play around thing. This was Facebook Live. You know what I'm saying? This was all like me and a friend of mine. We started to do it. And then it became something big, and I thank God for it. You know? Yeah, I know. I know, man. So, what do you like about podcasting now?
Um, I like the interacting with people, you know, meeting different people and just seeing other people's content, you know, because it could kind of like be like homework for me to see what I have to work on, you know, and I feel
Mm,
like as podcasters, that's what we basically do. Like we try to give the best information on the best platform with the best graphics as possible. And that's what I do. You know, sometimes I watch your stuff, I watch other people's podcasts, and I just take notes. And I say to myself, okay, let me incorporate that. Let me do this. Let me do that. So that is what I mainly do. And like I said earlier, the people, man, because it's like you would be amazed at how many people that you would meet that have shared the same experiences that you have or have been through what you've been through, and you build a bond and connection. You know, like for example, Preezy from Listen Up, Listen In podcast. You know, me and her close. I met her a couple of years back. Squala from Young Squala Reloaded. You know, Danita, I met you. You know, off the Nikki Nicole, I've met so many different people through this podcasting thing, and that's what makes it good for me. You know, to be able to
mhm,
interact with people and meet new people. Like that's what I mainly love about the podcasting. While hearing people's stories at the same time. You know, I love that stuff.
mhm. Yeah, you know, like I enjoy doing the podcast thing now because, like I said, this is all like Facebook Live. You know, I didn't know it was gonna be as big. You know what I'm saying? And I knew it was big, right? When a friend of mine that I catch the bus with, right? She said like a year or two ago, I love your show, and I said, where you see my show at? And she said in one of the Facebook groups. I said, oh yeah, really? Like you watch the show? And she was like, "Yeah, just keep on doing your thing." And I'm like, "Wow, God, somebody actually took the time out to watch it." Okay, look, like somebody actually took their time out to watch me. All right, you know what I'm saying? And and we know that podcasting got its pros and cons, right?
Yes.
So, what are the pros and cons when it come to your podcast and to you?
Well, the cons for me is people keeping their ending of the bargain because you don't know how many times where I would do what you would do. I would go live and I would have a guest. Last minute, they would tell me I can't make it. I had one person tell me,
Sir.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
I had a person tell me 5 minutes before I was supposed to go live, yo, I can't do the show. And the show was kind of like a life story. So it was based on that person. You know, I was doing flyers, I was doing little mini intro videos, I was doing everything. And last minute they flaked on me. So I would say that would be the main thing for me. It's just people keeping their ending of the bargain. So I can't stand that, especially when the show is revolved around them. But the
Yeah.
pros, like I said earlier, it's just meeting the people and hearing the stories, man. Because you would be amazed at the stories that people have that don't say anything because they don't have the platform to do so. So that's one of the reasons why I have my platform for people to be able to be themselves. Like, just be you. That's all I ask. Be original. Be authentic. You know, and
Right.
that's one of the things that I love about it. Just seeing the people do their thing, seeing the people talk. So that would be the pros for me.
And it's funny, right? Because I had that transpire not be for you, not before the show before you, but the show before that show. And they got in contact with me this morning. It was like, I can't do it. So I'm like, all right. And they said that they wish me luck. And I'm like, nah, like you is good, but God bless you. And I guess that they thought that I wasn't going to do it, but I'm like, but the show must go forth. You know what I'm saying? Folks came on, and it's not the third. And I checked the views on YouTube because I'm on YouTube like right now. I took a break from the rest of the, yeah, I mean, the platforms because I feel like that I had to, and God put that on my heart that I had to separate myself from the Facebook, the Twitch, the uh, the Twitter, the Instagram.
Yeah, yeah.
I had to, and I had to be focused on you to you know an hour, and I was like, this is more peaceful than trying to read everybody comment that's connected to the rest of the platforms. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, okay.
So so that's real talk. So season 7, because I'm in 6 right now. I feel like season 7 is gonna be something different. It's gonna be spectacular.
Okay.
As you can hear the phone going off, and but it ain't for me, so I ain't worrying about it. So I'm just waiting, man. And I always see your stuff, bro. And I be trying to get stuff like from your content too. Like, all right, like what can I work on? What can I use? You know what I'm saying?
Word, word.
So that's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? So my next question is, when you leave this earth, right? What impact do you want to make for the next generation?
I basically want the next generation to know it's okay to speak your truth. It's okay.
Mm,
It's okay to talk because in this generation nowadays, you know, speaking or saying how you feel is kind of like taboo. Like society says, oh, you're supposed to be quiet. For example, with men, oh, you're supposed to just deal with it, you know,
right.
suck it up and get over it. And that's not the case. You know, us as men, we are humans. We have emotions just like everybody else. So why shouldn't our voice be heard versus a female's voice? In a situation, there are some females that have a story to tell but are afraid to talk because they don't want to be made fun of. So before I die, I just want the world or the generation that's coming up to know it's okay to speak. It's okay to talk on how you feel. Don't be ashamed about how you feel. Don't act like feelings matter, don't matter because they do matter. You know, so that's the main
Right.
thing. Speak your truth and let your voice be heard.
Speak your truth and let your voice be heard. You know, and it's funny, right? Because I ask myself this man every day, like Breon, what do you want to leave behind, right? And mine's like just like yours. You know, I want to be that person that they look at and be like, if he can make it, I can make it. You know what I'm saying? If he could do it, why can't I? And that's just not somebody being the same complexion as us. You know what I'm saying? It's for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And the word of God says, "Let your light shine upon men," and that's not the light of Brian. You know what I'm saying, or the light of you. You know what I'm saying, but the light of God. And I take that into consideration. You know what I'm saying? And I tell folks each day, we are living Bibles. We are living testimonies, believe it or not. Because you don't know who watching this show right now. You know what I'm saying? That's how you gotta look at it. You don't know who is on YouTube right now going through something. You know, and they see me and you and they like, all right, let's see what they talking about. You know?
That
So
I definitely agree with that.
that's how I look at that. You know, so one of my questions that I always ask my guests, right? What is the song that gets you through your day, and why that song?
Oh man, that's a good question, yo. I have so many, but I would go with Nipsey Hussle. It's a song that he has that's called "I Was Different," and
Mm,
that song helps me get through because in the song he basically speaks on what he went through and he speaks on what he's trying to do, but he's trying to do it in a world that looks at him as being different. And that's how
mm,
I don't feel like I'm better than anybody else, but I feel like I kind of have the tendency of looking at the truth versus what's being presented to me. And in this generation, now they are big on perception versus the truth because the truth is what they really need to see, but the truth hurts. And a lot of people don't want to see the truth. So they'll rather fall into the lines of perception because it's more comfortable. And I play that
wow.
song every day to basically convince myself to say, yo, never stop talking, never stop believing in the truth. It doesn't matter if perception is accepted or if it's cool. Be you, be who you are.
Mhm.
And that's what that song tells me every day when I listen to it.
Wow. That that right there is deep. You know, and if I had a song, wow, it's so many songs. Like I can go from rap to R&B to Christian rap to Christian R&B, but one of my favorite songs, you know, is by one of my favorite Christian rappers, and his name is Aha Gazelle. You know, and I believe the name of the song is uh the sauce is still on me. You know, because that just lets me know, like yo, like I still could do this. You know that I stand out. Like God, God put His Spirit upon me. You know, God walks with me. God is the sauce that's in my life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, wow. You know what I'm saying? It's and like I said, he's one of my favorite Christian rappers. Like at least like my top five. You know what I'm saying? That I listen to on the daily basis. You know, and if I could pick somebody else, it is Fly J. She's a rapper, but she plays in the WNBA now. She played for LSU. She was on that championship team.
Okay, okay.
So you know who I'm talking. Yeah, Fly J. So that's one of my favorite rappers too. So yeah, it's something about when you just have them in the car, or if you're not in the car, you have them in the earphones, and you just go by your day. You know what I'm saying?
Word,
And you're
yeah.
ready to take on the world. So that's what gets me through the day. So next question is: if you had one quote to live by on the daily basis, right? What quote is that, and why that quote?
Oh, wow. For that one, a quote. Um, hmm. Well, I won't necessarily say it's a quote, but it's just a code that I live by. And the code I live by is
Okay.
the code of morals. You know, never jeopardize your morals to please anything or anybody, because if you jeopardize your morals, you're basically jeopardizing yourself. So that's what I basically would say: live by your morals, but don't live by the agenda. So I would say,
Ooh.
mhm,
That right there is powerful.
yeah,
Look. Now I got to put that on like in my notes now.
word,
You know what I'm saying? That right there is powerful by itself. You know, and I know a lot of folks right now is watching like, wow, that right there is powerful. So the next question is, what inspires you on an everyday basis? Not just podcasting, but just living.
Well, my daughter, my youngest daughter, she's the one that inspires me because she's going to be the one to see the good version of me that I've been trying to be my whole life. And she's my inspiration. Like sometimes when I feel like I just want to just give up and I just want to just say F this and throw my hands up in the air, I look at pictures of her and I think about her and I say, she needs to have a good example of a man in her life. And you need to
Mhm.
be that example. So don't quit when you want to quit, because just know whatever successes that you have, she's going to see that's going to inspire her to be successful. So,
Right. Okay, that right there is awesome, right? What would you say for the boy and for the girl that look just like us right now? You know, what is the best advice would you give them? Because I know that folks is watching. I know they watching.
okay. The best advice I would give to them is just be yourself, be authentic, okay? Because people would respect you more if you would be yourself. Because if you're willing to follow a trend or if you're willing to follow a crowd, like I said
Mhm.
before, you morals and who you are as a person. So
Mhm.
why should anybody respect you if you're going to be a follower? So
Right.
just be who you are, even if it doesn't seem like it's a trend, or even if it doesn't
Mhm.
seem like it's cool. Because at the end of the day, you'll get more respect being yourself versus following other people. So that's what I would say. Be yourself and
Wow.
don't follow.
You know, one of my favorite quotes, right, me, is from the great the great late Kobe Bryant, God rest his soul, right? And there was a quote, right, that he said. He said, if if you don't believe in yourself, who do you expect to believe in you? And that right there, that stuck with me, and I'm like, that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? And it stuck with me for a long time though. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, if you don't believe in yourself, who else gonna believe in you?
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And maybe since then, since I've been doing this podcast thing, like folks came, me, folks stayed around for a bit, folks left. And after a while, when I got used to doing this by myself, and I'm never by myself because I know that God is with me, but I've learned that I'm better by myself. And one of my sisters, that's a mentor, that's my spiritual mother, she will always let me know, Brian, you're a lot better by yourself. You got the podcast, you got the books that you wrote, and I'm working on this fifth one still. You got the clothing line. You know how to get things done. You know how to push when nobody else don't support you. You know how to do that. You know how to hustle when you need it. You know, and I was like, that makes sense. It took a while for me to really understand that. Mind you, I'm 38, right? She told me this when I was like probably like 34. It's just now clicking though. You know what I'm saying? It's just now clicking. Like I could have been doing this stuff, like and I tell folks I probably don't got the building right now for the podcast, but the podcast building is coming. This right now is just the start. Men on the phone and online. It's just a start, and it's cool. I can live with it.
Amen, amen, brother.
You know. So that's how I look at it. At that, what's the best advice someone ever gave you?
Um, to be honest with you, this may sound crazy. I've never gotten good advice from people.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, like people have always kind of like pushed me in the direction of doing bad things, So I really never had nobody to give me good advice. Everything that I see or I've learned, I had to learn it through experience. So I really never had nobody telling me, "Yo, you should do this," or "Yo, you should do that." I just had people telling me, "Yeah, go do that bad thing," or "Go be mean to that person," or "Go be mean to that girl," or whatever it may be. I never really had nobody good as a good example growing up, so I've never gotten good advice.
Wow. All right. So my next question is, right, how did you break that cycle? Because you said that you became this person when you had that experience. How did you break that the cycle?
Um, I had to lose everything. I lost my car, I lost my house, I lost my bike, I lost everything that was important to me. And what really, really put the icing on the cake for me was the death of my cousin Josh, because he was
Mm.
like a brother to me. Like we were like this, and that's what really woke me up. And I was like, yeah, man, I gotta change, man. So to answer your question, I just basically lost everything. I had nothing. God just stripped me to my bare bones, and I guess in a crazy way, He had to do that for me to like really wake up. So even
Mhm.
though I'm not happy that everything happened the way it did, but I appreciated it because it helped me to become the man I am today.
Well, I am glad that you're here to tell your story. You know what I'm saying, because you is definitely a prime example of like change. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that you had to get robbed, you had the I'm trying to find the right word to use it. Uh, your cousin transitioning into glory. You know what I'm saying? That you had to go through. Well, I'm not gonna say you had to go through it, because I hate when I say, or when somebody uses the term "go through." You had to grow through things. There you go. You had to grow through it. You know what I'm saying? In order to get where you're at in life right now. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe, right, with our stories, I believe that we can save folks, but it's up to that individual if they want to be saved. And I used to teach, right? I was a teacher assistant. I taught mid to school. I taught high school, and I know if I could reach one of them boys, one of them girls, you know what I'm saying. I know that my job was done. If I didn't reach the rest of the kids, if I could reach that one or two, I know when I go home at 3 o'clock that I could sleep throughout the night.
Yep.
And I know when I go to work that next morning, I still see that boy or that girl in that classroom.
Yep. I love that. I
You,
love
you know what I'm saying? And I say that because some of my kids, they are grown now and they think that they could just like try and challenge me. They like 20, 21, 22. And
that.
it's, and yeah, you know, some of my high school kids, and then it's some of them that transition because some of them was in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know, you have to you can grow from it, you know?
That's all you can do. You gotta grow through. You gotta go through it to grow through
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And and I believe like what's going on in the world today, you know, and I know that I know you see stuff on TV on what's going on in our communities, what's going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about stuff like that? What is it that we can do as men and women of influence to change that? How can we get in the mix of this?
we need to use our voices for positivity because every time you turn on your TV or every time you go on social media, majority of the time you see a man talking about what a woman isn't doing, and you see a woman talking about what a man isn't doing. Okay, and we need to flip that. We
Mm,
need to appreciate our fellow man and to appreciate our fellow woman because at the end of the day, you know, all of us are gonna either go to heaven or all of us are either gonna go to hell. So it's like I'm no different than you and you're no different. So why should I use my voice to disrespect you instead of using my voice to uplift you? So to answer your question, we just start using our voice for positivity and speak positive things and project positive things on the TV and on social media. And I feel that would be the catalyst to the change that we need to do for ourselves and for the generation coming up.
yeah, wow. That right there is very powerful indeed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like ever since the podcast, it made me come out my shell because I don't say a lot. You know, a lot of folks that's in my town, like they know that I like to play basketball and stuff like that. So they know that I'm loud like that because it's in my veins. You know what I'm saying? It's in my DNA. You know, but when I started to use this platform for more than just stuff like that, and I was just like, yo, I could really like influence, you know, and I said, Breon, it's up to you how you want to use your voice now. Like God just didn't give you this voice just to give you this voice. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like me that our voices can change the world.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? It's so many that was before us that tried it, and they probably did in some form, you know. But it's up to us now and the ones that's coming up behind us. I feel like that we have to teach them, and like I said, somebody going get it. Somebody not going to get
Exactly.
it. You know what I'm saying? And I always remind myself, like, God, use me, guide me each day, no matter what I'm doing, no matter how my day is, no matter how my morning is. Give me the wisdom. That's all I ask for is wisdom, because I want to know how to talk to people, because I know it's life and death in the power of the tongue.
Yes, it is. Amen to
The
that.
tongue, the tongue could be sweet as per him, or it could be hot like hellfire. Your tongue could be like hellfire. It could burn. It could create things. It could be sweet. It could create things that's good. Create things that's not good. You know.
Amen to that. Amen to that.
So I thank God just for you being on here this evening. When you reached out to me, I said, "Okay, God, okay." Yeah, I'm gonna give it a few days. I'm gonna talk to you about it, and I'm gonna get back to my brother. You know what I mean? And as you can see, I got back to you. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I see your show. And I catch it. Like I probably don't catch it on time, but you still be like live though. So I be like, all right, I'm gonna just come in here and just speak or just see what I can learn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
From the podcast and stuff like that. So my next question is this podcast, is it gonna be a long term goal or a short term goal?
It's gonna definitely be a long term goal because, like I said, I like to use my platform to speak positivity, and I want to use my platform for people to tell their life stories and just be who they are. So this is gonna be till I die kind of thing because I feel like I said before, it's therapeutic for me. You feel what I'm saying? So this is
Of
why I'm
course.
gonna do it because as a child, I was raised to feel like my voice didn't matter or my
Mm.
didn't matter. So I'm using this podcast to basically try to heal my childhood traumas while spreading awareness, positive awareness at that, and to allow people to be themselves. So this is definitely a long term goal.
Okay, all right. That is what's up. That is what's up in the you know what I'm saying. I'm glad that you using your platform for good. Because God giveth and He could take it too. You know what I'm saying? I've learned in life, right? Don't never waste what God gives you.
Yep, God given talent. Yep, don't waste it.
Don't never waste it at all. And even if He only gave you one, don't waste it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, wow. You know, so the next question is, how important in this hour is social media? How important is it in this hour?
I mean, it's very important because we use social media to get the bulk of our information. That's why
Mhm.
earlier that we have to like flip the script and start talking about positivity because if we talk about positivity on social media and people use social media to maintain or not maintain to receive information, then things would change. So podcasting, social media is very, very, very important because that's what people use to express themselves. That's what people use to interact with people. That's what people use to keep in touch with each other. So social media is very important. I just wish it was used in the correct manner than it's being
Right.
used right now. So
That makes sense. You know what I'm saying? That makes sense, man. Especially in this hour in 2026. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that is very important. Do you have any words of encouragement for the people? And if anybody want to get in contact with you, how can they get in contact with you? You can put your information down in the chat if you want to.
okay, okay, I'll do that. Um, Basically, what I want to say to the people is never feel like your voice doesn't matter because it does. Never feel like nobody wants to hear your story because somebody does. Because I got your story can possibly help somebody think properly, can possibly prevent somebody from wanting to commit suicide. There's so many different things that you can do
Mm-hmm.
speaking how you feel, you know? So the moral of the story to that is let your voice be heard because I guarantee you somebody's listening. And if you want to reach me, people that are watching the show right now, you can look up my podcast, which is called Chase Our Dreams on YouTube. Just spell it out just how you'll be able to find me. My Instagram is Chase Our Dreams _2020. My Facebook is Meek Velaluz, Meek MEekVelaluz. And I know people that are watching are probably like, what the heck does that mean? Meek Velaluz means Meek sees the light. So I just want to put that out there. And like I said before, I have a podcast called Chase Our Dreams, and I'm looking to interact with new people. So if you're watching this and you want to be on my platform, or if you want me to be on yours, let's get together. Let's make it happen. You know.
So the next question is, what do chasing our dreams represent?
Well, for me, Chase Our Dreams means that basically what it says to chase our dreams, because a lot of people don't like to chase their dreams. Like for example, right? A girl could want to be a ballerina, but everybody around her is telling her, "Oh, you suck. You can't be a ballerina." So
Mm.
9 times out of 10, what is that girl going to do? She's not going to chase her dream. Or if a guy wants to be a basketball player, but he's around a bunch of drug dealers telling him, like, man, leave them hoop dreams alone, bro. Just come on the block and sell drugs. So what is that? He's not going to chase his dream. So that's why
Mm.
my podcast, Chase Our Dreams, because I want to implore that to always chase your dreams no matter what. And the people that you may be around right now are not going to help you. But if you continue to chase your dreams, you're eventually going to be around the people that you need to get to where you got to get to. But you got to start chasing your dreams first to go on that journey. So that's what Chase Our Dreams represents to me.
Wow, chase our dreams. That sounds like a podcast that I would like to be on. Look, that sounds like a great cast, man. You know what I'm saying? Because when I think about chasing our dreams, I think about a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? One I've realized that sometimes that just chasing the dream is helping somebody get theirs, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So that makes so that says a lot about you. That says a lot about me. You know, and K.W.U was birthed off of Facebook Live. You know what I'm saying? It was just a little playing around thing at first, you know, and then God had placed it on my heart. And I'm like, K.W.U. And a cousin of mine, she transitioned, right? Cause she made custom made stuff, right? She made my first shirt, right? Oh my God. Then she made my second shirt, right? And I'm like, all right. And then I was like K.W.U. And then it was like, damn, I know exactly what it stands for. You know, and God gave it to me, and for like 3 years now, I've been running with it. You know what I'm saying? So, and I've been doing a good job. You know, like I have folks like my sister. I got folks like you, Nikki, and who else do she do the show with? Ray. You know what I'm saying? Like I pay attention to all y'all stuff. You know what I'm saying? I got friends that are podcasters, and I get stuff from them. You know what I'm saying? And I just sit back and I just watch it. Like, yeah, I think that I could use this. You know what I'm saying? They doing fireworks outside, and I'm just like, this is good. You know, and I see why God gave me this platform because He knew that I was going to use it for His purpose and not mine. Because I know how to get rich, mate. I know how to get rich off this stuff. But why gain the world and then lose my soul? Why? You know, that's how I
Exactly.
look at it. You know, so I thank God for this time. I thank God for the fact that you even wanted to come on here. Look, I did 3 shows back to back, bro. I never
Bro,
did three.
working.
I never did 3 shows. Now 2, yeah, but 3, that's a record, man. 3 shows, yeah, man. Like real talk. And any words of encouragement before we get up on out of here?
Like I say, just be yourself. Let your voice be heard because somebody's gonna be listening. Pretty much, and your voice matters. Okay, I don't even know you. For the person that's watching this right now, your voice matters, and I want to hear your story. I want to hear you speak your truth, and don't ever feel like nobody cares. Because even if they say they're not watching, trust me, they watching. So let your voice be heard, man. For real.
Okay. So y'all already know what I'm about to say. Yeah, I mean, this is Coach Bree. Yeah, I mean, I got my bro Mink with me right now. Chasing Your Dreams podcast, man, is definitely going down. You know, if anybody don't know what K.W.U stand for, it stands for Kicking It With Us. And my brother came on this evening, and he was kicking it with us. You know, he shared a lot of his life. He shared a lot of jewels. I hope to whoever is watching this, I hope that you is blessed. I know you are blessed. I know you are encouraged just by hearing some of his story and what he do and how he sees the world. He's definitely an influencer. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all want to bless him, I believe he got a Cash App. I don't know. He probably got Zelle, Chime, whatever, however y'all want to bless him. You know, whatever God lay on your heart. You know what I'm saying? I believe he will have his Cash App in the chats sooner or later. You know, I know he will follow me on. He already on Facebook.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I believe he'll follow me on YouTube as well. He can put it down. You know, if this show blessed you or encouraged you or helped you out, Cash App him. I got my information right up there. That's going across right now. If you want to call in, I got the number right there too. You know what I'm saying? To anybody that want to call in, got a spare device. I got 3 of them. But yeah, you know, thank you, my brother. I appreciate your time that you just took out. You know, I pray that we encourage somebody this evening and as the week go on and as the month and as the year continues as well. Thank you, Mink. I appreciate you, my brother. And you have a great night, all right?
Too.
All right, man. See you. All right, y'all. That's K.W.U podcast, man. And we're out of here. See you next time, all right? Peace, love, God bless. We're out of here.
I didn't lose love, I lost a lot. Still learning who I am tonight. I didn't choose the ending I got, but I won't stay broken by it. I'm turning the page, I'm letting it go. What fell apart doesn't get my soul. I love with my whole heart, I stayed, I tried, but this new chapter is still alive.
Ring about the toes in the room. No,
MMA. If the foundation funny, boom, boom, detonate. Time to act the fool, never choose to assimilate. No new friends on cool with the gang, time to celebrate. William G, I regulate. Rain watching anime. Locking in, I'm staying late. Can't sleep till all my brothers straight. Plenty cake on dinner plates, another show, we switch estates. Don't forget we brought them toes, fix your face. I'm rolling, I'm going in. Started this at 14, my daddy thought it'd be a phase. Started with a mustard seed, now it's like the Himalayas. Never seen so many salty people who ain't got no flavor. OG, I'm the coach now, but somehow I still keep it player. Sure you wanna hop up in a swim water with the gators? Ringo already told us that this ain't no entertainment. So use your cheat codes for extra lives and best of luck with gaming.